Let me give the floor, first of all, to Madame Yasmen Almashan, who is online, and I do hope that the connection today is working properly. Thank you.
A very good morning to all of you. Greeting from Damascus to all those partaking in the meeting. My name is Yasmen Almashan. I am a Syrian activist from Deir ez-Zor in the northeast of the country. And I am the co-founder of the Caesar Family Association, and I am one of the people who basically recognized one of their loved ones thanks to the Caesar photos, leaked images of thousands of tortured detainees. This Caesar Family Association has made of us a family, a community to help one another. I left in 2015 Syria, and I, after having sustained a lot of pain, and between 2011 and 2014, I lost 5 out of 6 my brothers. Okba forcibly disappeared, who died because of torture in the camps, the torture camps, and Basham, who has been abducted by Daesh, and his fate is still unknown. Zuhair, Ubaida, who have also been killed from the Assad regime. These damages, these pains are not specific to me, but they are part and parcel of all the families in Syria who have sustained the same death, and they are all waiting for the truth, justice, and accountability. I'm back to Damascus for the first time since 13 years. I'm back to home where we live through and revive, and we have nightmares of the death camps, the torture. This is not a personal trip. It is a resistance because we have to recall everybody that our right is to go back home, and that we have to give voice to the voiceless, so that we uphold truth, justice, so that we have a future which is justice for everybody. Yesterday, when I visited one of the prisons, I saw the name of my mother, who had been detained. Syria today is everybody's issue today. We have hope through everybody, through every initiative seeking truth and justice. This return says that we cannot bury the truth. We cannot cover it up. The truth has to be unveiled and covered to everybody. A few days ago, mothers, sisters, girls stood in the Ashuhada Square, who were demanding to fight and to continue fighting, to search for their loved ones, for the detainees that disappeared, the missing, and the abducted ones. I mean, the truth is not only a legal request; it is a fundamental right to all women who have who have taken up to the streets to find the fate of their loved ones. Even the survivors have a duty to continue seeking for the truth and finding where their loved ones are, and even finding the remains of the missing. These are moral responsibilities that nobody can forget, and we cannot be lenient about it. For the last few years, we continued to set up a international mechanism, and the United Nations decided to create the double MP for the missing persons in Syria, and I'm delighted to be part in this session with Ms. Carla Quintana Usura and my colleague Mazin Darwish as well. And we have a duty to make sure that this injustice no longer comes back to our country and to any other country for that matter. We need to have a future where there is no room for food, for fear, violations. What we have justice for the victims, for the missing, and for the martyrs. We need to collect information and data, whether registers, logs, or information about mass graves. We need to unveil, uncover all the evidence, because it is very important to have the proper data in order to move forward. Justice does not stop here. We need to help survivors, men and women, so that they have their families a major role in decision making, in shaping the future. Justice is to have reconciliation between them and the new government, so that the new government is held accountable. It must have a duty to back us up in this search. We are back in Damascus, and this is testimony that justice cannot be buried, and then we are going to resist and continue and be resilient in the future. We are part and parcel of other coalition of the missing of Free Syria, so that we look for dignity and justice. We have certain requests. First, to support the new caretaker government in order to make sure we have information about the mass graves, so that we use them for accountability and for the truth and for seeking justice. We have been hurt. We sustained pain when we lost our loved ones, and we do not want to continue sustaining pain in the search for truth and for justice and for uncovering the fate and the whereabouts of our loved ones. So we are all together to make sure that we serve the Syrian people as a whole, and we also need to consolidate cooperation between us and the IIMP in order to make sure we work together, in addition to the IIIM, who has a major role in collecting evidence. And to finish, we need you to support the civil society organization, victims associations, to provide them with direct finance, so that they can continue documenting, advocating, providing psychological support to the people, to the survivors. Justice is not something that can be delayed, and it cannot be confined to one specific period. It is a long-lasting call in order to build a free Syria where dignity, truth and justice become one of the fundamentals. Thank you very, very much for having me, for the opportunity to have us here to testify, and hopefully we will meet you in Syria, a country of truth and justice and dignity. Thank you very much for having me.
شكرا سيدتي.
Thank you very much for this intervention.
Thank you.
كما قلت الحقيقة والعدالة.
As you said, truth and justice are an essential human right. And at the European Parliament, we will stand beside you.
Thank you very much. I now give the floor to Mr. Darwish.